So today I want to talk about how you really need to lock in and how you can make sure that you're locked in on whatever it is you're trying to do, whether it's a business or it's just a job or it's your health or whatever it is. We're going to talk about it today. I believe it was 5 years ago. I literally made a video from this couch and it was a bunch of my New Year's goals that I wanted to do. And I thought I'd return to the same spot that I was. And a lot has changed in my life in the past 5 years. And I think a lot of people, they really get distracted. And I think that is the main reason why people don't accomplish what they're really trying to go for. And I feel like this is because, people don't eliminate things. So I think the most important thing that I've learned is it really just comes down to focus. Focus is everything if you want to be locked in or whatever you want to call it to really accomplish your goals, to really cut time on how much progress you make. You have to eliminate anything that's BS in your life that you really don't need. And I feel like this is a video that I would have benefited from 5 years ago. If I would have heard it, I would have even sped up my time even more because I thought it was just about working really hard and giving it your all. But the thing is, giving your all means different to different people. And I feel like if you tell people, oh, just focus, have focus, it's actually a lot easier for people to focus rather than to work hard, because you can still spend 2 times the amount of hours as someone else on something. And it can feel easier than someone who's only spending half the time on that very same thing because they have all these things in the way. So let's talk about being able to gain focus. So for a lot of you, whenever you take one step forward, you're taking 2 steps back. So let's say you work a day where you're like, oh, I'm going to do 12 hours this Monday and I'm going to work for 12 hours. The next day, you might just be like, I'm going to chill. I'm going to smoke some weed or whatever you do, whatever coping mechanism you have. Maybe you're like, I'm going to go eat some fast food and do this and do that. And the thing is, you get distracted and you're watching videos on politics and you're not a politician and you're distracting yourself with all these things that have nothing to do with who you want to become. So the very first thing you have to do is write down everything that you do in your day or that you do in your month. You need to be fully honest about it too. Put down all the things that you do. So whether it's smoking or drinking or eating fast food, you're not working out, all those things, write it down. Even if you're just watching a lot of content, that's not good either. If you're spending too much time on social media, it's going to distract you. And the reason why I say all these things is I know because all those things have affected me in the past. And now that, I've pretty much eliminated a lot of those things for the most part, it's really sped up my progress in life. And the thing is, all the right decisions that you make, they compound. Life decisions compound. It's not just investments. It's time, it's energy, it's health, all those things compound and it becomes this momentum thing. And I think the problem is a lot of people, they spend too much time in the part of trying to get the momentum and they never keep moving. Once they have the momentum, they feel good because they accomplished a little bit in 2 weeks, but they don't continue forward. And that's the biggest issue that I've seen in people. And it's just impatience. People lack focus because they just don't have a long enough of a time horizon. And I always forget where this quote comes from, but they say that people overestimate how much they can accomplish in a year and underestimate how much they can accomplish in a decade. And I feel like that's very real. In the short term, you feel man, you're making no progress. But then when a couple years go by and you've been focused and you've been doing what you have to do for your goal, you're like, wow, I can't believe I actually wouldn't have predicted that I got this far. For me, I didn't think that I was going to be able to grow a lawn care business that makes about $10K a month by the time I was 25. I didn't really think. I had those goals, but I wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to accomplish it. And then once I got to $10K a month, I was like, I need to step it up a bit more. So that's the thing. That's another reason why it's important to stay focused and not have all these distractions, because it's like you're going to be surprised how easily you can actually get to the goals that you set. And then once you get to those goals, you're just going to be like, well, let's set the bar higher. And the thing is, there's also nothing wrong with that. I see a lot of people being like, oh, like it's never enough for you, or yada, yada, yada. But the thing is, it's like, I remember hearing someone saying that when people say it's never enough for you, they say that because for them, it's about the destination and it's not about the doing. It's not about the process and like enjoying the playing of it, like playing the game or working on the project or walking the hike. It's not about the view. It's not about the meal. It's not about the trophy, it's just about the fact that it's what makes you fulfilled. It's what you can do best with your time. And I think that's because a lot of people, they don't realize like that these things are actually more philosophical than people realize, because they don't take the time to think about it. And the reason why it's so important to cut out distractions when it comes to your goals and staying focused and making sure you're like really locked in is because if you're spending 4 hours on something a day, but there's someone who's eliminated all the bull crap out of their life and they've decided like, this is the one thing I'm going to be fully focused on, they're just going to be able to make progress way faster than you will. And you'll be looking at them and you'll be like, how can they even do that much? Well, it's because they got rid of a bunch of stuff and it made it a lot easier for them to get a lot more done. I can't tell other people what the bull crap is in their life. They have to figure that out for themselves. And I had to figure that out for myself. So a lot of it starts with like, okay, you just got to be honest with yourself. Like, what are the things that are holding me back? And a lot of people don't want to do that. I know I didn't want to do that for a while when I was younger. And even to this day, I still have to ask myself that question, because sometimes things, creep back up. We're all human and we can't just like, have it be perfect forever, because like, it's not perfect for me all the time. Like there's things I mess up on, or like there's times, where you get a little bit off the path, but it's about being able to recognize that as quickly as you can so that you can just get back onto the path. And the thing is, when you decide what that is for you and you trust your intuition that that is the right thing for you, you got to really put belief in it and not second guess it that that's what you want, because you already like sat down and analyzed that and assessed that and figured that out. When you figure out what you want for the long term, you definitely don't want to second guess it, because it's just going to slow you down. And, it's just, I feel like that has been something that's really important for me, is just trusting that as I move, I'm going to figure it out. And there's this other quote I heard too, where it's talking about how you don't really know how to get there until you start walking the path. Like a lot of people try to analyze it and figure it out and educate and learn before taking action, but you have to take the action first, because if you're looking at a mountain and it's a super foggy day out, you don't know what the path is going to look like, because if you haven't walked the path before and you can't see it, you don't know what it's going to look like. So what are you going to do? You're going to go back into your cabin and study the books that are all made on the path? Or are you just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to take it slow and go with what I see and what I know and walk that path. And then once I get a little bit further, I'll be like, oh, now I can see this far, because the fog's only 50 feet in front of me. So I can still see another 50 feet now that I've taken those steps. So that's the thing, like truly getting started and just getting the momentum going is the hardest part. The beginning is genuinely the hardest part. And if I could tell anyone that and really make people understand it, it is that. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to be posting videos like this every Monday for the entire year of 2026. I might even do more videos a week. And if you guys are interested in more short form content, I post shorts every single day. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I try to blast the videos everywhere. So if you don't have time to watch the long form content like this on a weekly basis, you can always check out my short clips and follow those on any of the accounts below. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And what I do is I do monthly video services for companies in the Milwaukee area, and I can get into the nitty-gritty on what I do and all that type of stuff if people are interested. But I like to make these videos for people more in general, where I kind of just go off the dome and I tell people what I think and just do it in a raw way that's not overly edited compared to some of my reels where it's a little bit more edited. I like something a little bit more raw. I hope someone gets value out of this. Have this video be a moment for you if that's something that you feel like it could do. If you're watching this and you're coming to some realizations, don't just like not do it because you're like, that's corny. Oh my God, this guy's cringe. Like the way he said that was cringe. Like, you got to drop the ego. You got to drop the ego and just be like, man, like, when am I going to stop playing myself and take myself serious? Like, when am I going to go and get the things that I really want in my life? Like, when am I going to be around the right people and stop being around the wrong people and start doing the right things and stop doing the wrong things? Like, I really think it's important for people to really think about this kind of stuff, because I still constantly think about it on a like monthly basis. So anyways, guys, subscribe, leave a like. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. More content in the future.